Hey guys, and welcome to the grand finale of the Sonic Heroes Let's Play for the Nintendo GameCube. We've done all 5 stories, we've got 120 emblems, we got 7 Chaos Emeralds, we've got 141 A ranks. And we have of course done 12 of the 14 stages in Super Hard Mode, but these final 2 are the big boys. Especially Final Fortress, but that's actually is no walk in the park. This is not the first take. And yeah, this stage gets pretty hectic. There's a lot of enemies in this level. And I haven't even gotten to the second normal ship yet. I guess this is technically the first normal ship, but anyway. We still never get to land on that manta ray thing. But this is it, part 61, the grand finale. In terms of video length, Sonic 06 is still the way longer LP. That godforsaken, terrible LP that I absolutely suck in. Because I was playing most of it blind. Never play it, never make a Let's Play of Sonic 06 blind. Especially when you're doing the DLC. And never do it as your first Let's Play where you still don't know how all the technology works. And especially when you don't know that Windows 10 has its own voice recorder. That applies to any Simpsons Hit and Run Let's Plays as well. Oh well. I'll get back to them I'll probably retry those Let's Plays at some point. I'm not sure whether I'll probably leave the originals up. But they can be redone at some point, but not for a while. Sonic 06 won't be until way later down this retrospective. And we're still only on the first game of this retrospective. So the original Sonic 06 LP can be the oddball. It's just there. It's there for the sake of being there. Right. So far, I haven't been killed by any Falcos. I got killed by a Falco. He knocked me right down into the bottomless pit. I mean, I don't think that's the first time that's happened. And again, I'm pretty sure there should be 2 Falcos there, but they don't seem to like appear. The one on the right doesn't seem to like appearing. Unless the other robots, the egg pawn is just teleporting in. I don't know why they do that. I mean, they do it here. So I don't know what the point of the Falcos is when they clearly just teleport in themselves. But let's see if we can actually do all of this with 100% less death. Right. Now, I don't know if these balloons are here for every single team. These are the ones I was pointing out for Team Chaotix. Obviously, that was the extra mission, so I didn't have time. If you Thundershoot over here, that's 40 rings for you right there. But they're quite easy to miss. Because I always used to take the upper pathway, it's been years since I've actually tried to get those things. Right, I'm going to go this way, because I believe this way is safer. Well, yeah, these guys are here. They're nowhere near as annoying as a cannon. Despite the fact that they take a lot more hits than a cannon. So again, why can't I attack the back? Even the Werehog does that. You can still attack the back of the shielded robots with the Werehog. At least I'm pretty sure you could. So I don't know why that wouldn't be I don't know why that's not a thing here. I don't care if Sonic Unleashed came out like 5 years afterwards, but still. Why can't I attack the back of these robots? I don't know. No, I think it's like Sonic Adventure 2. They were always a bit too quick. They would always just turn around. That I'm not sure, but I at least had the somersault to get underneath them. Like, granted, it didn't really work until you actually got the flame ring, but still. Plus, I was just allowed to ignore them in Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Heroes is still the better game. There's no mad space. There's no meteor herd. There's no treasure hunting. I mean, they're fine in Adventure 1, except Skydeck. And I don't even mind the first 2 levels for Knuckles and Rouge. Wild Canyon and Dry Lagoon. Everything after that sucks. There's no mech shooting, unless you want to count Omega. There's no fishing. There's none of that. The controls are much worse, actually. They're much worse compared to Adventure 1 and Adventure 2. I mean, between those two, I definitely think that Adventure 1 had the better control. But largely just because there was no freaking somersault. But, not to mention the fact that in Adventure 1 you had 3 characters that control pretty well. Compared to, I mean, I guess it's 2 characters, but Sonic and Shadow both pretty much the same, only Sonic gets a few more upgrades. You get to bounce attack, which is pretty cool. And he gets magic hands, which is not so cool. That is downright useless. But yeah, he could prop better in Adventure 1. You may have had to have charged up your Lightspeed Dash, but that was the only real flaw. Apart from the fact that Sonic Adventure 1 is really, really buggy. By the way, as we saw earlier, we are actually now getting E2000Rs in Egg Fleet, not just Final Fortress. But, again, not that big of an issue. Right, where's the other one? Again, why don't the cannons just destroy these things? Where's that robot? Hello? Mr. Robot? Don't tell me he fell down. Did the robot fall down? Did he disappear? What happens if I go down? Oh my god, he actually... What the... And then going down there despawned him from his spawning point. Oh my god. Well, that's a new one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, actually, he's from the Middle East, so, Jesus Christ. Hey Zeus, I'm gonna kill you. Signed, Kratos. Go on. Rocket Excel doesn't work, as we clearly just saw. So, hey, why don't we just run over there? Yep, and Team Sonic are still the only ones that actually destroyed 2 of those ships. I have no idea why Team Dark doesn't. And, well, I don't know what's the point, because like we're seeing just how many of these battleships there are. You can still see a load of others in the distance. Yet we destroyed 2. What a difference that is making. I mean, they all decided to just suddenly start randomly blowing up at the end of Team Sonic's story anyway. Why? I don't know. Destroying the Egg Emperor destroys almost every ship, except conveniently the one we are currently standing on. That's already crumbling beneath its own weight anyway, in a few selective areas that have no impact on the ships flying whatsoever. I'm gonna go this way. Because for what reason do I have to go any other way, except for that 1-up, just up there. I want the 1-up. Yeah. There's only 2 games. Most of the time in this 3D game, the 1-up is identified by an image of your character's head. And from Sonic Generations and Lost World, it was pretty much like a 3D model of classic Sonic's head, but other than that, you know, they've always been on either a monitor with your character's head on it, or it's been your character's face in a capsule. Or in I think it was from Unleashed It. Whoa! Hang on. Going back. Didn't see that. And nope, I failed. I failed to notice that. Hopefully that only brings me back over here. So, not much was lost. I guess I should have realised by the speed formation signals that I also failed to see. And that is that. So I thought, except that that cannon is clearly in my way. Right, anything like that again here? No, see how much closer the checkpoints become after that point? I did not... Since when can you homing attack on the propeller? Right, are these things going to shoot me off the propeller this time? I'm not going to bother landing on the ship. Okay, by the way, they don't tell you to keep going up and down here. I think they did that for the first one as well, but I wasn't paying attention. No, those cannons can't hurt you. And sadly, there's no way of actually getting over there either. Trust me, I've tried. It didn't go well. It's weird how in all the ships in the background, you can see cannons, but there's like barely any detail on all the ships in the background. So the cannons look really low res. I mean, the whole ships look pretty low res, but still, I guess you could praise the fact that they actually included the cannon. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, this is one of only 2 games I think where it's actually showed a 1. It's actually said 1 up. I think maybe some. No, actually, I'm mistaken. No, I think it's even a character's head in the 8-bit games. No, unless the likes of Sonic, Chaos, Triple Trouble, and Blast are any different, I believe it's always been Sonic's head. I'm thinking of the continues. You know, in fact, I think I was thinking of like the goalpost and like Chaos and I think Sonic 2 did it as well. Chaos and Triple Trouble, I'm pretty sure did it, where it's like whatever your characters. If you're playing as Sonic and you got Tails' face on the signpost. Goalpost, you get a continue. If you got your own character's head on it, it would be an extra life. It just works in opposites. I think Sonic 2 was the first one to do that. So it was completely random, which when you're playing Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. Okay, how did that guy lose sight of me? It was really annoying because it was Sonic 2 on the Game Gear, which is horribly difficult. Alright, fine, I'll take this guy out first. It's like actually everything wasn't loaded on the other side of the door. That's weird. It's like those lasers were not there. Screw it, just gonna run. Why can't I do that to dash pads? You know, if I'm going against a dash pad, I want to try and backtrack, but there's dash pads in the way that I can't see. But this is it. There is just one more level. This is it. The final fortress. And oh boy, we got quite a level here. But that's not the point. What I've been trying to say continuously before going on like 15 different tangents. Again. Screw you, screw you. I can still jump over there. I don't care if there's rainbow rings down here. I want to go up here. If there's actually anything of value up here. But there's this. That wasn't exciting at all. Why would it even give me the chance to get onto that? Right, let's just go. We don't need to worry about anything else. Whoa! That was close. Right, unfortunately, we just have to wait this out. Just wait. Now mash. Gotta be careful. You don't want to drain this health entirely. Right, do it this way, and there we go. Let's go see if we can actually make it. I'll probably end up getting far enough and then missing the balloon. That's what normally happens. Nope, I got it. Got the 1-up. And yeah, this is the first game in which the 1-up actually isn't a character's face. It just says 1-up. I think only 2 Sonic games have ever done that. It's this and Sonic 06, where it's pretty much the same thing. Like, it looks pretty much the same, only it's in a blue background instead of a black one. Like, even Shadow the Hedgehog, it was Shadow's face. Oh no, actually, Sonic Rush did that as well. It just said 1-up. So I imagine the Rush Adventure probably did the same thing. In the advanced games, I know it was your character's face. But yeah, Sonic Rush also said 1-up. It was pretty much the same thing, only it was in one of the round capsules, like from the adventure games. So now I can use Team Blast. And that is the point I've been trying to make out since like halfway through Egg Fleet. That's how I actually faded away. And I saw that happen in Lost Jungle as well, or whatever level it was, but they're usually there forever. Not as in they do disappear eventually, but usually they take a lot longer than that. Right, thankfully this guy's a normal one, so I can just punch him to death. Which is actually a lot easier to do when Knuckles isn't leveled up. What does that mean then? Egg -2. It's Eggman -2. And that has to be the weirdest looking image of Eggman I've seen. And there's a lot of images of Eggman that look like that. I don't know, does Eggman just see himself as having really big teeth? With like no actual mouth? I mean that's pretty much what he looks like in Sonic Adventure 1. Where his mouth never moves and you just always see his teeth. And like in this game in Shadow the Hedgehog, whenever he speaks, his teeth are always showing. And it's really distracting, especially in Shadow the Hedgehog. But is this how Eggman sees himself? Even in Adventure 1, he doesn't look like... It isn't that bad. I mean, I know that's going for more like his classic appearance, but still. We never even saw his face in... well, we never saw his mouth in the classic games, to my memory. We never saw his mouth. And maybe in some of his... maybe after he got caught in the explosions or something, after we defeated his machines. I think we can see it a few times in the likes of Sonic CD. And I think we can see it when he's dancing, after we beat him in Wacky Workbench. Because he is clearly dancing when he does that. So maybe that, or maybe a few times after we've blown him up into the likes of Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Whoa, that guy's back. I don't care.
It's covered by dark clouds now. You think you can handle it, Tails?
I'm not scared! But...
I am, because there's an E2000 blocking my way, thanks to the camera where I couldn't see it. But yeah, exclusive to Super Hard Mode. Team Sonic actually comment on the weather. I don't know why... Oh, I clearly got past that then. But yeah, Team Sonic actually do comment on the weather exclusively in Super Hard Mode. And yeah, the robots do respawn behind you. You can see the shockwave from where the heavy height camera landed. But yeah, that was a great camera angle. I totally knew that E2000 was coming. It's still weird how this never happens with the likes of... ooh, just barely. That never happens for Team Chaotix. I tried, but I never triggered anything. Oh, I missed the Rainbow Ring. Right, let's go to the fly formation. Because it's based on distance, so if you're going really fast, you might then end up with 2 lasers firing at once. If you're super fast, you may just be able to make it in time, but probably you won't. Right, I'm pretty sure I can just fly over this. I don't know what's in those crates. I'm going to check in a minute after this guy's dead. Which is going to take a while. Oh, and there's another one in the background. Get away! Ah, this guy's going to be annoying now. I'm not even sure. I think that was actually the laser gate that hurt me then. Come on, before he fires again. Before he fires again. Right, is there actually anything in these? Ah, of course, it was a team blast. How typical. Right, let's go now. Right, that's even worse when there's an enemy on the other side compared to Team Dark. The amount of damage they seem to take is random. I can't tell if it's just because of the way they're moving their shields into position or what it is. And now we are at the long part of the level. Probably. Probably, but not definitely. And you can probably guess that the battle sequence after this is pretty lengthy as well. I think it's all heavy egg hammers, like every single bit. And so far it's going to be the case down here as well. This area is probably much, I don't commit this to memory. This area is probably just a lot like Team Chaotix. It's just heavy egg hammer after heavy egg hammer. And they need to find the switches under the cannons. There it is. Just the one, thankfully. Let's grab that. Head up here. Is that another heavy egg hammer? No, that's just a load of eggborns with spiky shields. See, this is like Team Dark. Team Sonic, whichever team it was. I'm pretty sure I didn't get them all. There's one over here. Anything under this? How boring. Anything under this? How boring. And I swear these things have giant plasters on them. He's stuck in purgatory. I feel sorry for that Eggborn. Like, he can't go anywhere. I don't know. How does Eggman get these into some of these places? Oh, no, we're actually going by Team Dark level design. It really makes me wish I had Sonic at level 3, but I don't. There's still 3 switches. Yes it is, but they're under there. Let's head up. Okay, one of them hit the switch. I'm surprised Sonic didn't stay there. But that's okay, because I didn't want him to stay there yet. Right, there we go. Let's end this. Well, not quite, because we've still got a bit of the level to go. I don't know why I'm saying that. Oh, but even, guess what? The gold ring is inside a case. Guess what you need to do to get inside the case? And guess which enemy it is? Yeah, it's the heavy egg hammer. I'm surprised we didn't get introduced to them last. Do you think that because they're a lot easier, they're a lot harder to deal with in the E2000Rs. I'm just gonna hop in the cannon. Cannon, take me away to a Switch. A Nintendo Switch? Not that Switch. What Switch? Oh, it's down here. I see. Oh, Sonic Team, you clever people, you. Okay, there we go. Don't know why I switched formations then, but anyway. Let's head up. Knuckles, please. I mean, all 3 of you, really. Yep, this video is going to be longer than the last one. We're only 2 minutes away from being just as long as the previous one. And we definitely got more than 2 minutes of level. I mean, my death didn't help, but... Well, that sounds misleading. Look, another E2000R on the rails. Or an E2000, that wasn't an R. Sonic R? No, it's not Sonic R. We are not supersonic racing here. We've got 3 of these, so there's not just heavy egg hammers, eh? Oh, screw it. It's gonna take forever if we do it this way. Since they all have the power to clip through each other. And all of the eggs, the eggborns have already spawned. That sounds misleading. Ah, I was just facing the wrong way. Nice! Not, I mean, the one-up I like. The rest of it's not much help. And my phone is going crazy. I'll get to that after I'm finished. Look at that egg point, he was losing his mind. He's like, I don't want to be doing this, I'm scared. It's just like, his arm was shaking and everything. Alright, let's get this guy. Now so far we've had groups of 3 normal egg hammers, we've had pairs of heavy egg hammers, we've had 2 heavy ones and 1 normal one I think, or it might be the other way around, I'm not sure. But this is super hard mode. We got 2 one-ups from the switches by the way, but now of course 3 heavy egg hammers and Team Blast. I mean, this part of the level they want you to use Team Blast anyway, it's always been that way. But yeah, 3 heavy egg hammers. Dealt with very easily. But this is it, that's the final checkpoint. And I keep skipping that part. I don't think we've heard their quotes yet. Talk about humongous. Wow, I don't, how did he build something so big? The egg carrier is nothing compared to this. I think I've mentioned that every time. I think I've quoted that like every single time as well. Sonic Heroes. You're allowed to be repetitive with what you're saying because, you know, it only fits. It's appropriate to be repetitive with Sonic Heroes. Ooh. Alright, here we go. Final stretch. Well, not quite. There are enemies by the goal ring that we need to take out. Let's go. Past this one right here. Yeah. Don't care about them. Why does Eggman even have these here? I think that was supposed to be... I think that's the line in Japanese. That when Tails says, wonder why it's self-destructed, I think that's a mistranslation. I think it was, why did he have this here? But yeah, now we gotta take care of 2 of these guys, and we have nothing to help us. Their hammers do not destroy each other, as logic would make you think. So, let's just try and get through this. Thankfully, occasionally you do extra damage, don't know why, but it does, and I'm not going to complain about it. Just going to let this guy fall. Come on, see if we can get him down right now. Yeah, there we go. That is it. That is Sonic Heroes. Everything is complete. We've done it. We've done everything. It's been a long one. Ratchet & Clank feels like an eternity, and for some reason, the credits now play. Now you think that that would mean that since it's showing the same video clips as the final story, which obviously the music actually started up during the final cutscene, you think they'd be a real out of sync issue, but actually the music, one of these videos, I don't know which one, but it clearly lasts longer than it did originally. Because the song you think would always be ahead of the video clips compared to the final, compared to the credits of the final story. But it doesn't, it ends up becoming the other way around. One of these video clips is longer than the one in the final story, but I don't know which one. It's weird, and saying this clearly proves one thing. I am an absolute nerd when it comes to Sonic Heroes. So, Nerd! And yeah, that's Sonic Heroes. It's been quite the, well, I wouldn't say quite the adventure, because this isn't Sonic Adventure. But that's it. Again, my biggest issue with this is just the repetition, and this game is not the worst with that. I mean, you know, part of it is because I did the extra missions. You know, in that case, yeah, you can expect that. Sonic Adventure, you have to play each level 3 times. Sonic Adventure 2, 5 times. This game, each level, well, for each team you got to do it twice, 3 times for Team Sonic, but, you know, the levels are the same. And you could see the same with Sonic Adventure, but at least the characters, it was different gameplay styles. Some characters would have their own exclusive areas, which Team Chaotix get, like, 3 points. Team Dark has a couple. But it's really tiny. It really doesn't mean much. Overall, I'd say if you really just want a short experience, Team Rose is the best way to go. It's just that it might be a bit too easy for you. Team Sonic isn't too bad. It's Team Dark that are the worst offenders. Team Chaos 6, it depends on the level. For the most part, in the story missions, it's really not that bad. It's fine. Except Mystic Mansion, as I will continually curse throughout the rest of this retrospective, I can probably tell you. You know, some of their extra missions, however, for Team Dark and Team Chaos 6, they're not quite, but they're damn near Eggman Land. And, it goes on forever. You have to play every level. If you get the A ranks on your first try, every level 9 times at the minimum to 100% Sonic Heroes. And there's really no point. I mean, Sonic Adventure, you didn't get anything either. You get this. Your reward for this, if you ever play Super Mario Sunshine, you got a postcard. Pretty much the same thing here. We're gonna see it in a minute. Sonic Adventure, you don't get anything. Sonic Adventure DX, you get the Metal Sonic thing. And if you complete all of them, I don't know if it's just the emblems or if you need the missions as well, you also get the Game Gear games. Which themselves you don't get on the HD version. Adventure 2, you got, while it wasn't great, you got Green Hill Zone, so you know, that was something. And I think the initial idea was you were going to get the A rank in Green Hill Zone and you got to play as Super Sonic and Super Shadow in multiplayer. That never happened in the end. And that's what you get. Thank you for playing. Still better than what you get in Shadow the Hedgehog. Complete Expert Mode, you don't get a damn thing. Or I should say, you don't get a damn thing. But, you know, you're welcome, Sega. Happy to play the game. This was the game that introduced me to the Sonic series. And the Sonic series is what really got me into gaming. You know, as I was growing older, most of my games were licensed games. One's based on TV shows or movies. You know, most of them are actually okay. There are some which I don't think of, that I don't think as highly of anymore. But there are some that I do have that I actually still like to play to this day. And are actually still some of my favorite games. And you know, if I wasn't playing Sonic Heroes, I was normally on other games, like maybe Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis, Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. In later childhood years, it was the PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed. And whether or not Sonic Heroes is the game I spent the largest amount of time on, I don't know. If it isn't, it's Burnout 3 Takedown, which I would definitely say is the better game. I love that game to death. Sadly, it's a racing game. It's not exactly something that's really easy to let's play. I don't think you can let's play a racing game, really, unless it's something with maybe a story mode that's different every time. It's like Riders, but even then, I don't know how to let's play a game like that. But, Sonic Riders, that's a very, very, very long way away. And that game I consider luck as to how the AI wants to behave with you. Sonic Rivals as well. And then there was Sonic R. But anyway, Sonic R is a bit different. I can let's play that one. But it's been a long journey. It's been an interesting one. We've had fair share of weird issues occurring. We've gone off the rails for no reason. We've had anything else that's happened in this LP. I don't remember anymore. I know that the Team Sonic video quality isn't as great as everything else, which itself isn't that great. I don't know why it's done that, considering that I was able to record the Simpsons Hit and Run playthrough at 50 frames per second. It stopped doing that for some reason, whether it's on PS2 or the Wii. It just doesn't want to do it anymore. And I think it has something to do, because at the end of my Ratchet and Clank playthrough, that all 5 people have watched, and I think one of those is me. I don't even know if they made it to the end or not, but it says that I say that I had a special video plan. It was a Crash Bandicoot based video. It was ending up going to take too long, and it would have been horribly outdated by the time the N.Sane trilogy came out. So, well, the ending would have been anyway. So I scrapped it. I might still return to the idea of it with some changes at another point. But it was going to take me forever. I do not have the free time to edit like a review of anything. where I'm constantly switching between clips. You know, that takes forever. I do not have the time or the software to do that. But I was recording that to try and I was recording that to simple 25 frames per second. It seems to have messed up the whole pod capture software, and even after deleting that, getting the more updated version, it still doesn't work. So that's why the characters always look like they're breaking apart. But I upped the quality a bit. That's why Team Sonic doesn't look quite as good as everything else, which itself doesn't look that great. I mean, I don't know what it's like when viewing it on YouTube that much. When I'm editing, or even when I'm just viewing it in the media players, the video frame rate likes to stutter every now and then. That's not the game. That's not the recording. That's the video player for some reason. I don't know how it looks to anybody else, but that's how it seems to play to me, whether it's on YouTube or anything. But that's all the technical stuff out of the way. We've done it. That's the end. But I'm so glad, because I given how much the Sonic series has influenced me with gaming. Okay, yeah, mainly platformers. I don't play FPSs. I don't play RPGs. I've only recently started playing action-adventure games, and even then, mostly more linear ones, rather than big open-world ones. I grew up with linear level design where I'm told where to go. That's how I like my games, where I know where to go. I don't mind if it's a bit open. I like Super Mario 64-ish. I like Super Mario Sunshine-ish. I need to get back to that game, really. Alright, I will get to you in a moment. You probably can't pick up the the microphone. I don't think is picking up the phone. But anyway, I have been going on for about 4 minutes now, so I should probably end this. Next time on the Sonic the Hedgehog retrospective, it will be the PlayStation 2 version of Sonic Unleashed, the version nobody talks about, much like the Xbox version of this game. But that's not going to be for a while. I don't want any more Sonic for a while, unless it's something new that's come out or it's something I'm going back to. There is another thing I'm working on. I was doing a countdown to Sonic Mania thing that absolutely failed after Sonic 2 8-bit. I never got any further than that, and I was still going to be doing Sonic CD, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Triple Trouble, Sonic Blast, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Knuckles Chaotix, Pocket Adventure, Advance 2, Advance 3. Advance 2 is really the main one to blame for it, I would like to point out. That, and I really should have gotten to recording them earlier. I'm going to try the same with the 3D games with Sonic Forces. Do need to get a move on with that, as we are halfway through September already. But looking forward to that game. Sure, the level designs won't be as linear as they've looked so far. Really wish people would shut up about being so negative about it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Stop comparing it to Mania. They're different games. Except Classic Sonic. I will get to you! Alright, so next time, however, I was a bit trying to choose between whether I wanted to do Sonic, whether I was going to do the original Super Mario Brothers. Well, by original I mean Super Mario All-Stars. But I'm going to need a lot of practice for that. That game is actually a lot harder than I expected it to be. All the lost levels is going to be fun, but or it was going to be what I was initially going to do after that, and that will be Crash Bandicoot. But with a bit of a difference in the fact that while I was initially going to do the original game, I have changed my mind. I am going to be doing the N.Sane Trilogy version of all 3 games. Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. So, the great game, the better game, and the game that I have some highly controversial opinions about. But the N.Sane Trilogy version is better. So, I can say that much. But next time for the Sonic series, it'll be Sonic Unleashed PS2, but I've got a number of games planned before that. I need to get back to Crash Bandicoot then, and practice some Super Mario Brothers. So, and of course we've got the countdown to Sonic Forces. So I will see you guys then, and thanks for tuning in.